after the lady who would eventually be the wife of the pilot, General William Bill Dunn. He had a total of 31 kills. This is at least one of the aircraft that he flew. It devastated, as I said, the enemy's equipment on the ground. Throughout the course of the war, he was responsible for the destruction of over 7,000 enemy aircraft. Over 9,000 trains were destroyed. Over 6,000 of the enemy tanks were destroyed. And get this, 68,000 motor vehicles of various types. Also, if that was not enough, there was good in here. Painted because of the shape of the fuselage. It was the shape of a milk bottle that was delivered to the homes back in those days. Around 1944, the second American escort airplane emerged. It was this airplane. Although it had been in service since 1941, it acquired drop tanks, and then with the introduction of water injection to whistle power, now it had enough fuel to stay with the bombers all the way to German targets and back. Thunderbolt consistent through more sorties than the P-51, the P-38, and the P-40s combined. P-47 was credited with breaking the back of the Luftwaffe in a critical period, January 38, 1944.
You saw me today?
Given the choice after being jammed, it was very hard to do for an airplane like this to continue in the piece still flying. Because the engine was irritable, the engine was clean up and the in the event the pilot had to choose between bailing out of the aircraft or bringing it in for landing, they usually preferred the crash landing because the P-47 was so robust it would protect the pilot.
You look back about 6 inches.
They made the finish line in lieu of a
The
bail.
alternative is we put a fence here.
Yes, there are a lot in
museums. But we also
museums.
can't
This one
see
carries,
it.
of course, invasion strikes.
This table has to
We
be
don't
back.
see them this spinning in the air as we do the other aircraft from the P-40. By the end of the war, the 56 fighter group was the only 8th Air Force unit still flying the P-47. And they did that by preference instead of the P-51. Why? Because the P-47, like the one in the air, had done a great service to them. Okay, low to the right, a great photo pass. Bernie Vasquez and the award-winning P-47, a rare flying example. You can see the profile as compared to the other aircraft you saw, like the P-51s and Corsairs. Just a little bit bigger. All right, Bertie's going to set up for landing in front of us then. Runway 1, we're going to turn it over to the real flow. Yeah, when you're ready, Bertie's going to come in, I think, and it'll be all yours for the prep.
Yeah, thanks, Danny. Appreciate that. So while we adjust a couple of performers before our next show departs, just a huge reminder for everybody. Thank you for being such amazing fans here today. We appreciate that. Just a quick reminder, if you see anything on the ground, we need your help. Pick it up, even if it's not yours. Put it in one of the many receptacles throughout the area. We have trash and recycling receptacles throughout the area. That is a safety hazard for us, ladies and gentlemen. It could be blow out into our operational area, become foreign object damage. It could create fog. And you are on the team. Oshkosh rules apply. We're counting on you to continue to do the wonderful job that you've been doing of helping to pick all that up and make sure that our area stays safe. And we will get that rolling. And we're so excited to have our Day of the Air show sponsored by WWII-era, and we couldn't do it without them. Proud of that partnership. Direct your attention to the runway, ladies and gentlemen. To the left, you see that wonderful people. He settles it in. Danny talked to you earlier about the aircraft landing on the main gear with the tail dragger configuration. Watch Bernie, one of the best in the world, right here. Settled this very heavy P-47 in on those main gear. Gently let them kiss. Did you hear that? And then the tail wheel right on target. We're proud of our other sponsors as well, in addition to WWII-era helping us with the to help us get this amazing air show for you.